Hello everyone, good evening, it's Sunday. Hopefully everything sounds okay, looks okay apart from my ugly face. Everything else looks good, sounds good. The setup is now fully done, it looks awesome, really happy with it. I think I've got the sound going properly and all that good stuff. I guess we're going to have to talk about FPL, which is unfortunate because I am really bad at FPL. And I'm probably going to continue to be bad for the rest of the season. It is not going well. 39 points and -4. We'll see the team in a minute. Overall rank dropped to 648k. Nothing really went for me this week, apart from basically a 39 -4. More than half of my points came from Traore and Trent Alexander-Arnold, which we'll talk about in a sec. So, not good at all. We've got the triple captain. Let's see what happens with it. Hopefully I get a green arrow, I guess. I don't know what else to expect next week. Jamie Vardy's awful, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's take a look at the team. Before we do that, I'll just talk about OneFootball, our sponsors for the stream, kindly sponsoring still. Have been for a while. They've been really good to me in the stream. So if you haven't already checked it out, link in the description below. It works for Android, iOS devices. Or just search OneFootball on the Android iOS stores as well. You don't have to click the link, but it's kind of handy if you do. It takes you straight there. All your football news. I would say like you get live scores, but my app must be broken because I'm getting no live scores, no scorers in my team. But I think that might be my decisions rather than the app being broken. So if you want to give it a go, it's completely free. Click the link in the description below or search OneFootball in the Android iOS stores. Job done. Okay, this is my team. This is how I'm looking right now. Like I said, Traore 10 points, but obviously he absolutely smashed my keeper. So I bought in McCarthy for Fabianski. I did that on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. So yeah, Traore I got 10, but McCarthy got nothing because of that. And Trent Alexander-Arnold 10 points, which is nice, but everyone's got a lot of people have got Trent Alexander-Arnold anyway. Other than that, just nothing. I bought in more pay for Rashford. I kind of took the chance, I guess, that he was going to be out, or if he wasn't out, that he was going to miss minutes in the Burnley game. Anyway, it looks like he's going to be out for months now, potentially the rest of the season. We'll have to wait and see whether he comes back or not. He's got a fracture, he's got 2 fractures in his back. Apparently, he already had a stress fracture, and then he got a second one when he played against Wolves, which is ridiculous management of him if he was that bad. So I got rid of Rashford, but I've got him pay instead of Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin scored and got 2 bonus points. Pay got an assist and got a yellow card. So that's a 4-point difference. And obviously I was hoping for quite a few points against Villa. Has got Bournemouth next. Maybe that'll be good. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But it gave me a lot of money. I've got like 5.5 million in the bank. So I have options now. I can get Robertson or I can get Salah. I'm still kind of undecided. Luckily, I'm quite glad that the game week 24 is only like 2 days away because I don't want to be stressing over which Liverpool player to get all week. Where am I siding right now? Probably Robertson, because it leaves me more money to play around with elsewhere. But Salah, I could get rid of Maddison. I think after this week, Leicester players not looking great. I don't know if I'm really mad to drop Vardy yet. But Soyuncu's no good at the moment. I think West Ham at home is fine. But Maddison's looking pretty poor again now. I don't know. He's been consistent all season, but not recently. And then, yeah, which Liverpool player to bring in? I'm definitely using the triple captain. Salah's tempting, but I just think I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you an image actually, which I think is really interesting. I'm going to bring it up on the screen in a sec. In fact, I'll do it right now. Let me see if I can do this. It does take up the whole screen. Can you see that okay? You should be able to see that okay. So this is from Lego Manny. I don't know if he's in the stream, but I'll link his Twitter account anyway if you want to follow him. And I should say, by the way, for this stream, there's going to be so much Liverpool talk in Double Game Week 24. We've been waiting for this Double Game Week for 57 weeks. So, yeah, we're going to talk about it a lot. It's going to what all the questions are going to be. So if you don't care, probably time to just leave the stream, give it a like on the way out. But basically, okay, so this image is what all the main all the Liverpool players that we're looking to choose from. So Van Dijk, Robertson, Trent, obviously not Gomez because he's not been playing all season. Salah, Mane, Firmino. What score they would have got over double game weeks? So he basically grouped them together. So game week 1 and 2, 2 and 3, as if they were double game weeks. What scores they've got? So you can see on here, Mane and Salah obviously many more greens, which is quite interesting. But if I bring it up to the bottom, so this is all the averages. So if it's got a star next to it, it means that in one or both the games they played 0 to 20 minutes. So obviously you wouldn't expect them to get so many points. And obviously that could happen in double game. We don't know if they're going to play in both games. You'd assume that most of them will, but you never know. So these are the averages. So this is what they average over this season so far, over 2 game weeks. So for every... I hope I'm explaining this properly. I'm sure it's quite self-explanatory. So every 2 game weeks, this is the average score. So this is Van Dijk, 9.7. Robertson's 10.1. Trent is 11.5, obviously the best defender there. Salah's 11.8, so only just ahead. Hang on. So yeah, this is average of all matches. Only just ahead of Trent. Salah, 11.8, 11.5. And then Mane's obviously highest, 13.7, having a cracking season. And Firmino down at 9.4. So he is the lowest, even lower than Van Dijk. Now, obviously, you've got to take into account a few things. Does this include today's match? Yes, game week 22-23. So yeah, it must do. Because Mane's blanked twice in a row, right? I think. Don't think he did anything last week. So obviously, this is over the whole season. Form changes, the teams and stuff they've played against have changed, etc. There probably hasn't been a combo of playing Wolves and West Ham. But Firmino's the lowest, but he's obviously in really good form and he's been really well, done really well away from home. Trent 11.5. I mean, he seems like almost must have, I think, for this double. Wouldn't want to be without him. And then Robertson not too far behind Salah, I guess. But obviously, on the course of one double game week over two games, anything could happen. We could absolutely smash it. And then the highest points returns over 2 game weeks. So Trent's got 32. Obviously, he had that 24-point week, which really helped. Salah's got a higher ceiling, I suppose. He hasn't got a higher ceiling, but he scored a higher amount of points over 2 than Mane. Whatever that means, whatever you want to take into that or whatever. I can't even get my words out. So Mane's kind of more consistent, but Salah's had a bigger score essentially. It's probably the easiest way to put it. And then Mane never scored less than 5. I don't know. I don't know if this has helped me or not, but I thought it was quite interesting. I'm definitely happy with Mane and Trent. It's just whether I go for Salah, kind of block options elsewhere. The thing with Robertson, it's not just this game week. We've got plenty of game weeks to come, and also it gives me money to upgrade elsewhere. If I get Salah in for Maddison, I have like 0.8 million. I don't know how much longer I want Traore for. My defence is looking poor. And so I'm probably going to... Robertson's like this... Is it the safe player? I don't know. The only thing about Salah is... I'll get rid of this image now. But if you want to follow him, I'll put his link in the chat again. Let me get rid of this. So let me bring my actual team up for this week. Boom. I'll tell you what, having 3 monitors now for this is so good. So this is my team, basically, for this week. So captain's on Mane. Now, if I bring Salah in, will I change that? Quite possibly. And one of the reasons is that Salah is lower owned, so he's going to be captained by less people. I need to activate my triple captainship, actually. Let me do that right now. There you go. Have I been hacked? No, I'm just posting someone. That's the guy that came up with the image. Lego Mane. Salah is on penalties, yeah. He's just lower owned. Like, I don't think... Yeah, I can't sit here and tell you that one is better than the other. Like, Mane should have scored today. Another day he scores one or two games. What would I do with the spare budget if I didn't go with Salah? So, it would look something like this. So I'd probably get rid of Rico, although maybe Kelly because Ward's back now. So I get Robertson in, and I got 2.8 million. So I could keep Traore, but I don't know. I might get rid of it. I mean, Grealish is looking so good. He's in such good form. He is playing Watford next, though. Watford next, then Bournemouth, Spurs, Southampton away. Obviously, we all said, or I said, a few other people do, about how good Southampton's defensive stats were. They did awful. I can actually almost afford. I'm 0.1 million off doing Salah and Grealish. I don't know if Grealish is like a priority to take a hit for this week, to be honest. But I can do that. So I basically have 0.8 million. Can maybe keep Traore. I mean, Traore's done okay against bigger teams, potentially Wolves have in general. But my defence just looks awful. So Trent's good. Lundstrom's not really that great this week playing Man City. And obviously after that week then Sheffield United are good. So I've got Trent and Lundstrom. I just need one more. Soyuncu's okay this week. So I could potentially just hold off. Just hold off this week and sort my defence the week after. But yeah, if I bring Salah in, then I'll be tempted to captain him because I'm doing so bad anyway, and he's the lower kind of owned, the lower captain. I think more pay, yeah, it could be a mistake. I think probably shouldn't have ignored Calvert-Lewin's kind of the number of shots and stuff he's having, the amount of chances he's getting versus more pay. But I went for the fixtures. We'll see what happens in the next couple of game weeks. I don't necessarily need to get rid of him straight away. But I am wildcard is tempting, but I'm obviously not going to do it this week because I'm kind of already set for the triple captain now and the Liverpool game or the Liverpool double game, so I don't really need to use it this week. But there's a lot wrong with this team now. Like Soyuncu potentially needs to go after this week or next week. Kelly Rico potentially no good too soon. Traore, okay, he might be okay. De Bruyne, fine. Liverpool players obviously fine. Vardy though, what's going on with him? Morpay's probably no good now. There's a lot of changes I could make, but don't want her. I don't want to like press self-destruct just yet. Pranav, thanks very much for that. Is it worth having any West Ham players? Personally, I don't think so. Unless, like, if you needed, I don't know, if you were trying to shift funds around, for example, you wanted to get a cheap midfielder in, and you've got a bit of extra money, you could get Noble as your fifth mid and just play him that week and then bench him going forward. Obviously, they got Brian at home after the double. But I mean, I don't know. You got 4 points from him, I guess. He's going to play both games. And if he gets a penalty, that's kind of good. But I'm not really chomping at the bit to get West Ham players in, to be honest. Snodgrass, yeah, another potential option. A lot of them are injured, though, aren't they? Felipe Anderson and stuff. So I must admit, I'm not... I don't know. I mean, as much as I love to get behind double game week players, not 100% on West Ham, to be honest. 100%. Cheers, Chris. 100% go with Salah. Don't overthink it. I don't like. The thing is, I'm more than happy to triple captain Mane, and I'm more than happy to captain Mane for the next five game weeks. Does Maddison need to go this week with West Ham at home? Maybe not. But where do I spend the money, I suppose? I have 2.8. So Traore gives me 8.4 million. I wish I could get Son. I don't think I can get Son. Let me just quickly do some maths here. Yeah, I can't get Son and Grealish, which is a shame. I can't believe Son went up, actually. But he's got Norwich at home and Villa away in the next 3, but the fixtures aren't amazing. Be funny if Liverpool drew both games 1-1. Yeah, it could happen. We've all got the same players anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do about Salah or Robertson. My gut is to get Robertson and just have the money to play around with. Alan, no, I did not watch the McGregor fight. Well, I've seen it because it took 40 seconds. I watched it on Twitter. One thing to bear in mind, having Salah and Mane makes it difficult to select a captain each week. To be honest, I would just pick one and captain the same one for the next 5 game weeks. I would not start overthinking and, you know, this team's no good down the right, this team's no good down the left. I just wouldn't think that far, to be honest. I would just put it on one and let it average out over the next kind of 5-6 weeks, I think. I get what you're saying, but to gain 9 to 12 points only over everyone else on triple captain is in a great scenario isn't enough points, especially at my rank. Hang on, let me see what you said before. Don't use your triple captain ever. No, I'm not using your triple captain is massively overthinking it, in my opinion. I've said this before. It doesn't matter if I get 12 to 15 points in this game week or I get it in 10 game weeks time. It makes no difference. I really think it's overthinking it. Everyone will captain Salamana. You can't maximise triple captainship. I don't know if I can ever explain this. Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. But your triple captainship is just worth one score. So if I captain Mane this week and he gets 10 points, I get 20. Obviously, I get 10 from my triple captainship. If I use it later in the season and a player gets 10, I'm still the same points. It doesn't. Obviously, there could be a better option later in the season. We don't know yet, but that's part of the problem. Because we don't know, I'd rather just use it while Liverpool have still got something to play for. They got a fairly good double game. Wolves, you know, who knows what will happen there, but they just conceded 2 to Southampton. So in a week when there is Vardy and Aguero and Son as an option, your triple captain, if you pick the right one, is worth much, much more. But do you honestly think like Vardy, Aguero and Son, like, how much more is it going to be? If Mane or Salah, let's say they get 15 points over this double game week. I don't think that's too much to ask. 15 points over two game weeks for Mane and Salah, right? How much are Son, Vardy and Aguero going to get? Even if they get 25, there's only a 10-point difference. And don't get me wrong, I could do with 10 points right now, but it's just massively overthinking, I think, to be worrying about that. Literally just a 10-point difference, because as long as I captain the right one, like if there is an option to have Aguero, Vardy and Son, and I captain the right one, then I can't really be punished too highly. You know, and if Salah or Mane blank and I captain one of them, then so be it. That's just very unlucky, I would say. There could be some huge rank swings though if one of them smashed it and the other one doesn't. Who knows which way around it might be. Salah or Mane will be rested. I'm not so sure. I'm not sure about that. If I got to choose over again, would I choose differently to McCarthy? No, probably not, to be honest. I mean, the fixtures are still good coming up, so let's see over a few game weeks what he gets. And like the stats were good. Obviously, Wolves just smashed them, but the fixtures coming up are pretty good, and he was cheap as well. What's happened to the sound? New mic too close. You tell me. So it's the same mic, but I've got it on an arm now instead of on a stand, which kind of lets me use my hands are a bit freer. But it is a bit closer probably. So if it sounds rubbish, let me know. If it sounds too close, let me know. Yeah, so let's have a look at Liverpool fixtures, right? I'm gonna sneeze any second. Can hear your breath a lot. I'm breathing a lot, you see. Okay, so they got Wolves, then they got FA Cup against Shrewsbury. Surely, Mane or Salah, or even both, will get rested in that game. In the Shrewsbury game, right? They can win with. They can just play Origi. They can play Shaqiri if he's fit, Lallana, etc., and win that game. And then they just play the West Ham game. Then a couple of days later, it's Southampton. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm really not concerned at all about a benching. If it happens, it happens. But I'm not going to overthink it. It's not only a 10-point difference because multiple people will pick across the other players. It could be worth 15 points. Could be worth 15 points. No, I don't think that's right. But I don't think I can explain it. I don't think I can explain it well enough to convince you. Could be worth 15 points versus a Vardy and 10 points versus a Sun captain. It doesn't matter. The chip is just worth what it's worth. Like, let's say I save it, there's Vardy and Son, I go for Vardy, Son blanks, Vardy gets 20 points. I'm going to get 40 for captaining him anyway, as long as I make the right choice. I'm going to get an additional 20 for the triple captain. So I've still only made 20, but I've made 20 points. If I captain Mane or Salah and they get 15, I've made 15 points. So it's only a 5-point difference. So I don't know. I feel like I'm right with this, but maybe I'm not explaining it right. I didn't see the penalty today. Nick Pope, though. Only sold him 2 weeks ago. I think you've got to ignore what everyone else is doing. You've got to ignore what everyone else is doing. The triple captain is just worth what it's worth. Like, I don't think there's anything more to it. If you want to make a differential captain later in the season, you can still make that captain choice without the triple. I'm 100% going to triple captain yet. Oh, it's not activated now because I moved screens. Alright, less of the spam. Yeah, this happens every year with the triple captain, and every week, every year I try and explain it the same way. But yeah, I'm not right. Your rank doesn't go up based on absolute points, it goes up and down against other people's points. Yeah, no, I know, but yeah, or maybe, yeah, we'll just agree to disagree. I don't want to disagree. I don't want to agree to disagree. I want to put my point across more. It does. You're right. It does go up and down against other people, but it doesn't matter whether I get the 15 points from Mane or the 15 points from Vardy. That makes no difference whatsoever. I've still got 15 points from the triple captain. I think that's all there is to it. I don't think there's an argument against that. Do I think Liverpool rest any players? Probably they might rest someone or other, but I wouldn't be worried about it too much. Lundstram to bench or not? I would probably bench him. I'm mostly playing him because it's Kelly or basically I've got a pretty rubbish decision. I either play Lundstram against Man City, or I play Rico against Morpay, or Kelly against Ings. So I'm basically playing a defender and then hoping my attacker doesn't score. Or Lundstram against Man City, where I don't really expect any points anyway. Oh yeah, of course. Triple captain will be disappointing for sure. And we're not getting Salah for the double. We're still undecided. I wish I knew. I wish I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I think I'm gonna not get Salah, but we'll see. The temptation to get him is pretty strong, I will admit. Thoughts on Brandon Williams? I like him. I assume he's going to keep starting. Obviously, he played like slightly further forward today, but I'm assuming he's going to come back in ahead of Shaw. He should do. But you know, how many clean sheets are Man United going to get going forward? I wouldn't be too happy banking on that. I think Burnley at home is a good one, but after that, I wouldn't be expecting too many. But obviously, he's cheap anyway, so you can just bench him. Go for Van Dijk for the long-term fixtures. Yeah, but I mean, the difference between him and Robertson's not that high. Yeah, Shaw did cramp up. I mean, how many players usually get cramp in the Premier League? I know we see it in like the World Cup and stuff a lot. I'm not getting rid of Soyuncu. I'm playing him this week for sure. He'll be someone like Haller who ends up top scorer. Probably be a defender. Probably be a defender from West Ham. Thoughts on Green? Here's the thing about Greenwood, right? So everyone's talking about Greenwood because Rashford's injured. Well, Rashford was injured for the Liverpool game and Greenwood was on the bench again. Now, some of that is tactics. Obviously, they wanted to kind of play with, kind of James and Martial a bit further forward. At least at the start. It didn't really work out like that towards the end. But yeah, he didn't start today. Now, it doesn't mean he won't go forward. If they go back to like 4-2-3-1, to play Matic, Fred, James on the left, Greenwood on the right. Matic should be playing number 10 really at the moment. Then Martial out front. It could happen, but I wouldn't be getting Greenwood to regularly start him. I think he's probably a slightly better option than he was as a bench option, but all season we've had this. Is it now time to get Greenwood? Well, he never starts, so don't know what people are really expecting. He might do going forward in easier fixtures. Liverpool was obviously a difficult game, and Solskjaer set up in a specific way to beat Liverpool, but I don't know. I wouldn't be getting Greenwood to start week in, week out. If he does start against Burnley, though, it could be really good. He's definitely got an eye for goal. You do Maddison and so I don't need to do Maddison and Vardy to Salah and Cavani. I can just do Maddison to Salah straight away. I've got the moolah to do that. Will a loss of City interest in later stages of the league affect our FPL assets? Let's see if that actually happens first. I mean, until it's mathematically impossible to catch Liverpool, I don't think they're going to just give up. But we'll see as it gets closer. Not really worried about that yet. Thinking is you get him for the 1 game week, Burnley at home, then upgrade a midfielder. Yeah, you could do that potentially. I've looked at 3-5-2. I think for ages the front, having 3 forwards looked really good. Obviously, Vardy was really good. Abraham for a while, and not really for Vardy. Abraham was good for a while, but kind of been off the boil a bit recently. Ings is obviously great. Calvert-Lewin's doing pretty good, but Rashford's injured. Firmino maybe if you're going for triple Liverpool that way. But I don't know. Maybe it's time to come off 3-4-3 and go back to 3-5-2. Like in midfield, you potentially got Mane, Salah, Grealish, De Bruyne. Maybe even I actually think. I know it's a bit of hindsight because obviously, hang on a sec. I know it's a bit of hindsight because obviously he scored more in the last game, but I do wonder if going for more Payne instead of Trossard was a good call. Obviously, it would have been an extra transfer to get Trossard in, but I think 3-5-2 is probably looking a bit better right now. Simple way is this: you have weeks when you get 45 points and get a green arrow in 60. Which is why 15 points is not. It is 15 points. It is. It doesn't matter if I get it now or in 16 or in 6 game weeks. It's still an extra 15 points on my total. It doesn't matter which player gets it for me. I'm not going to keep talking about it though because it must be very boring for everyone else. You got 72 points this game week. That is pretty damn nice. Not even get basically. Actually, I should stop using 15 points as a thing for that because actually what it means is whether I get my 3 points now or my 3 points. Oh Jesus! Or my 3 points in a few weeks. Traore is an enabler. You shouldn't rely on him. He will pick up points. Yeah, no, fair enough. And to be fair, he's just got 10 points and he's looked okay. I probably haven't given him much of a chance, to be honest. Liverpool, Man United, Leicester, might not be awful. And they have got good fixtures coming up after that as well, so I may just keep him. We'll see. If I kind of got in my head that I need to take a hit this week. I probably don't. So if I went Salah, for example, here, I've got 0.8 to upgrade, so I could get a defender Holgate maybe. Who else? I can't even think of the top of my head now. But 0.8 would let me upgrade Kelly and Rico. So I could even go double Sheffield United defence potentially. Not this week, but from here onwards, basically Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Brighton, Villa, Norwich. Maybe that's the time to go double Sheffield United. Maybe I'm a bit late to that party, but it's definitely an option. Salah going up in price tonight. I'm not going to worry about that, I don't think. I definitely wouldn't get a Southampton defender because I've got McCarthy. Definitely don't want to double up. Dunk is an option, yeah, because I didn't go Ryan. It's a potential option. But yeah, I don't know. One of the things, I want to leave a bit of money to be able to do more pay to Calvert-Lewin. The thing with Calvert-Lewin is, right, let me bring him up here. Maybe I should stop thinking about the fixtures too much because it hasn't really worked that well. But the next three are okay. So Newcastle, Watford, tricky enough maybe then Crystal Palace. Then it gets a bit tougher. Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Liverpool. And then even Leicester, Spurs. So the fixtures really are horrible for a while. But again, that's Richarlison obviously. But same fixtures. Calvert-Lewin's only 5.9. Maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe he's another enabler. Maybe he's another enabler. I shouldn't worry about it. Right, let me put the team back up. You can go Traore to Fleck. I mentioned Fleck a few times last week. Did very nice. When am I planning on using my wildcard? It's a good question. I'm not 100% yet. I think I probably need to use it sooner rather than later just to get something going in my team. But I'll kind of want to see if we can get some more info about the double game weeks first. I feel like once I press wildcard, that is really like make or break for the season then. If the player's in form or playing Bournemouth, then buy him. Yeah, I like it. Aguero to Ings or De Bruyne to Trossard to fund Mane. Ooh. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I've seen a good few people on Twitter today or over the weekend basically saying they got Aguero as a cash cow to get their Liverpool players in. And now, obviously, he's done, what's he scored? Like 5 goals in 2 game weeks. Now, like, should I get rid of him? I mean, Aguero to Ings or De Bruyne to whoever it was. I mean, obviously, they both got the same fixtures anyway. And De Bruyne has been so consistent all season and done so well. I'd probably go for getting rid of Aguero, but I don't really like that option, to be honest. There's every chance he plays again against Sheffield United. Although obviously it is only a couple of days later. I don't know. I wouldn't like either of those, to be honest. If you haven't already, by the way, make sure give the stream a like. Subscribe if you are new around here. I'm sure there's still some new people around. And what? What was I going to say? Oh yeah, go and vote on the polls. There's 3 polls. Basically, I just got straight to the point with the polls. Which Liverpool combo are you going with? Double attack, double defence, etc. Are you using your triple captain in Game Week 24? And who is your Game Week 24 captain? So we'll see. It's not a new mic. It's exactly the same mic I've used for three years, but it's different. It's differently positioned. Can't show you, but I got a nice mic arm just here. Goes from all the way to here to here. It's a bit higher. It's a bit more in front of my face. Just hopefully my breathing's not too bad, you know. Am I panicking ahead of the double game? I don't think I'm panicking, no. I've gone all professional. There's a saying, all the gear, I think it's a saying, all the gear and no idea, and that is basically my setup in the office now. But it looks so nice. Just waiting for one more monitor, then I'm done. I've even got like a fancy gaming keyboard so it lights up and doesn't really help me do anything, but it's nice. Vote on the polls. There's a little, if you go on the top right corner, there's a little eye. You can click on that. If you don't see the eye, then you might have to turn on annotations, I think. You need 10 monitors. I don't, but 3 monitors does make this so much easier than 2. I might even take a picture to show you what it looks like later. Dual captain's not active. It's because I've not saved it. I keep changing. I'm too scared to save it, even though I'm definitely going to use it this week. There's just always that slight worry. What if, like, I don't know, Manny got injured in the what's it called? Traded. Oh my god. Just going to do a quick shout out to the patrons as well. If you haven't already looked into this, there's a handy link in the description below. Go and check it out if you want to support the stream a bit further. So I want to say thanks to all the patrons. Obviously, all the producers are on screen. And if you do sign up, then I'll get the Slack invite sent out straight away. So there's a community Slack for Patreon. Always loads of discussion in it right now. Well, they're asking how you get your name highlighted in blue in chat, but that's a non-FPL topic, but we do usually talk FPL in Slack. So if you want to check that out, make sure you click the link in the description below and check it out. And in February, there'll be a new league as well. So there's a league every month with a prize. So if you signed up before February 1st, you can get involved with that as well. We'll do the polls in like 10 or so minutes. Stop this obsession with rank. I'm obsessed. I need a good rank. I'm not getting one though. I don't even know what I want at this point. Where does Slack? Well, Slack is a program. Oh no, I can't read Instagram messages right now. You're wrong anyway, Gorav. You're a great supporter of the channel. I love seeing you here. But I gotta say, I think you're wrong on this one. You are wrong on this one. I'm gonna say it. Do you know what the worst thing? Which way are Liverpool playing? They play Wolves first, so this is definitely bad because that's probably going to be the lowest scoring game of the two. And so let's say it's 1-0. Mane scores, Salah doesn't, or vice versa. It's a long 6 days to wait for the next game. So I kind of wish the fixtures were the other way around. They were playing West Ham first. Yeah, Vardy out, like, I think I saw an interesting stat on Twitter today. I can't remember who tweeted it. That up until that penalty, I think, Vardy hadn't had a shot on target or in the box. Can't remember which it was since Boxing Day. So not great. Obviously, he did miss a game, or 2 games. But the Southampton game only got the assist. I just think it's West Ham at home. I think you can afford to keep him for that. I'm certainly not massively in a rush. Donovan, thanks very much. Given Brighton's good run of fixtures, will you keep more pay if he blanks in the next 2 games? Opinions. So I think right now, if you have to decide between Morpay and Calvert-Lewin, Morpay's run of fixtures good fixtures runs for a bit longer. Although they're not amazing, to be fair. But Calvert-Lewin has got the stats, and the next few fixtures are pretty good as well. So I think overall, if I could go back, I mean, it's hard. It's a hard one for me to answer because obviously the grass is greener. I've seen that it's greener. Calvert-Lewin scored and got 2 bonus points. But he tends to get off so many shots in the box that he's looking great. And for the same price of more pay, it would be pretty hard not to go back and change it, to be honest. But he plays Bournemouth next, so I'm not panicking too much just yet. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin's probably the one. Have we been overlooking Watford? Possibly. Sarr looked good, but obviously he went off with an injury. Deeney maybe, but Deeney's kind of in the same league as Morpay and Calvert-Lewin anyway. And then who else? Defenders and goalkeeper. I suppose Foster's looked pretty good as well. So maybe overlooked a little bit. Why did I wait to get triple Liverpool until now? Just didn't fancy too many points in the Man United game. Was pretty low scoring, only 2-0. Salah's goal in the 93rd minute as well, which I won't complain about because I got Rashford captain goal in the 95th minute. But obviously Man United massively chasing the game at that point. So yeah, and then the Spurs game was low scoring as well. So it hasn't really been massively. Obviously, if I got double defence in sooner, that would have been good. There's a bit of gambler's fallacy, I find, for Liverpool as well, because they've kept 7 clean sheets in a row, and I'm thinking, can they really keep that up? And I mean, the answer is yes, of course, they're such a good team, but there's a little bit of that worry for me. Suarez or Sturridge? Always Suarez. Opinions on De Bruyne out to free up money for Aguero. I don't particularly like it. The one thing for people that got Aguero in the last couple of weeks, which was such a great move, was he was captainable. I'm not so sure you're going to be captaining for the next 4 or 5 game weeks with Liverpool's fixtures the way they are. So I think to make it a sideways move like that, De Bruyne to Aguero, two true transfers to do that, not for me, I don't think. Considering that Rashford was injured, am I surprised that Greenwood didn't start? Not really. I've kind of spoken about this already. Lots to talk about Greenwood. He just doesn't get started by Solskjaer. He's still very young, let's not forget that. Trying to kind of gradually get him into the team, I suppose. Robertson is in form. He's delivering reasonable returns. So, I haven't checked this, but in Slack, they were talking about this earlier. Robertson has 1 assist in the last 9 games and 1 double-figure score. 1 double-figure score all season. But obviously, he's massively scored for clean sheets. So, that's pretty nice. And obviously, you get bonus points with that. But we want the attacking returns too, let's be honest. Isn't Martial and Pens now with Rashford out? He should be, yeah. If Mata was on the pitch, though, that might be different. Salah did miss a sitter, yeah. That's true. I can't remember who was assisting Mane as well. Because Mane should have scored a couple. Robertson lost the ball 34 times. I don't know if that's quite true, but I know what you mean. He wasn't... bit of an off day maybe, but he still played well. Like, an off day for him is still better than a lot of players. Let's go. 48 minutes. We've spoken about Liverpool. Liverpool. I'm going to do the polls now. I'm going to refresh them if you've not already voted on them. Well, it's too late, to be honest. You can't cancel the wildcard now once you've activated it, and click confirm is done. Okay, poll time. Which Liverpool combo are you going with? So I've got double attack, double defence, just 2 players, just 1 player, and no players, which, let's be honest, none of you are doing that. So, 66% on double attack. So double attack is actually more of a less of a differential maybe than double defence, but obviously a lot of people already kind of set up with one or the other. So 66% for double attack, 28% for double defence, 3% just 2 players. No one is getting just 1 player, but apparently 6 of you are getting no players. 6 people are liars. Are you using the triple captain in Game Week 24? 61% of you saying yes. 25% saying no. You're saving it for a higher score maybe later on in the season. And 13% have already used it. Hopefully you got some good returns. And... oh, that was weird. Who is your captain this week? Oh, this is interesting. So out of all the people that respond on this poll, Salah, 45%. So he's higher than Mane, according to this. 40% on Mane, 9% on Trent or Robertson, 2% Firmino, and apparently, again, 6 of you, probably the same 6 people that voted for no Liverpool players, are going for a non-Liverpool captain. No idea who that would be this week. Maybe Son against Norwich. But Salah on top, I'm surprised about that. I thought Mane would be higher. Something to think about. But yeah, Robertson or Salah for me, I've got to decide. I feel like if I already had the double defence, I'd be happy with it. But I don't. So a double attack is more interesting, for sure. But who knows? We'll see. West Ham players now, not for me. I kind of spoke about that earlier. The other thing about triple captain, by the way, just to talk about this even more, not this should be a reason just to blow it, but I don't think it's blowing it using it this week. But it's gone then. It's not something you have to worry about later on in the season when you're trying to manage doubles and blanks and other chips. So obviously you can only use one chip a week. So getting to use it on a Liverpool player, best team in the league, great form, 2 pretty good fixtures, Wolves maybe not so much. Triple captain's out of the way, you don't have to worry about it later in the season. For me, it would just be wildcard, free hit and bench boost then. So it's another reason maybe to use it. But look, if you don't want to use it, you want to wait till a better game week later on in the season, absolutely fair play. You should definitely do that. Lundstrom or Soyuncu? To play this week, I would say Soyuncu. Don't underestimate the mighty Hammers. I'm sorry, I'm going to underestimate you. Aguero to Ings to fund Mane. Here's what I say, right? I don't really like having to get rid of Aguero. But I also wouldn't like to not have triple Liverpool. So if that's the only way for you to get Mane and you really want Mane, then I would probably do it for sure. Especially with the fixtures coming up after. Guessing Williams won't start now after Ollie's comments on Shaw. What did he say? Didn't see him. As soon as the match was over, I went and got food. So screw this, 2-0, absolute rubbish. I'm out of here. Oh wow, so the guy earlier that I put up on screen with the kind of adding up all the game weeks for double game weeks for Liverpool players, if you were here earlier. So someone's asked a few questions, and he said it's very hard to split Salah or Mane. Salah more explosive, Mane more reliable. They both average 14.1 return. So I guess that's 14.1 points. If you exclude game weeks where they only make a 0 to 20 minute or non-appearance. So they're very close together, to be honest. I just think just pick one and go for it. I really think there's very, very little you could do to actually persuade someone. Salah's on penalties. Whether or not Liverpool will get a penalty is a different story. He's on penalties. Mane seems to get just good quality chances, but Salah gets more of them. So again, on any given game or game week, maybe Salah has those maybe Salah has those volume of chances, even if they're not as good, but he smacks them in the net just because he's on form that day. Job done. Salah's away form, does it worry you? Not really. I'd almost throw all that stuff out the window. I don't know, maybe I'm simplifying it too much, but it's Liverpool, it's Wolves and West Ham. I just wouldn't want to be overthinking it too much. What's my best rank? Like 4,700 or something? One thing's for sure, I will not be beating that rank this year. Can I... Hang on a minute. If I get Robertson... I think I did this just a minute ago, a bit of tinkering. If I get Robertson... Oh, I can get Son. I can get Son in. I've only got 0.5 to play around with. But then my defence is pretty much shorted because I play 2 Liverpool Soyuncu this week. Then after that, 2 Liverpool Lundstrom every week. Son, bit of a differential. Mane, De Bruyne. Traore is my enabler. I'm very inflexible though. That's my only worry by doing this. Like Morpay and Traore, if anything happens to them, I really have no money to upgrade. I'd have to get rid of De Bruyne, Mane or Son to do it. Whether I really want to get Son, I don't know. I'm just tempted with the fixtures. Norwich and Villa in the next 3. I need something different. The thing is, though, again, I'm not going to be captain in Son. Probably don't need to bring him in, to be honest. Did he really say that Shaw was going to be the best left back in the world? Surely not. And that's never happening. Like he's not. I don't think he's actually that good. Williams did more than just well, I'd say. I don't get away from thinking I'm going to do Salah so much. I mean, maybe I will, but I don't I don't know. I kind of look at that and think Maddison against West Ham at home, probably okay. Stay away from Spurs. This is my problem right now. I feel like I really need to do something different, but I don't know what that different move is, to be honest. Like, got to go for 3 Liverpool this week. Pretty much have to captain Liverpool players going forward for the next 5 or 6. Man City's fixtures aren't great. Spurs aren't in good form. United have lost Rashford. Arsenal, Aubameyang's out. Don't know if I'd really want too many of them right now. Chelsea not looking good. Their fixtures are awful. Leicester in a poor run of form, or at least very recent poor run of form. Where are the differentials coming from? Aguero, yes, okay, but it's going to be very hard to get him in. Probably missed the boat there. Mahrez straight away showed what happens with Man City players. You get them in, they get rotated. Like the least shocking thing that happened this weekend was Man City making a change to their 11. Seems to be getting desperate. I'm not getting desperate. I want to see that move that I need to make. I'm not trying to be massively different, but like I see the kind of Aguero captain the last couple of weeks and got a bit of inspiration to look for something maybe a bit different. Not like massively different. Not like getting, I don't know, like captain and Son this week instead of Liverpool players or whatever. But I don't know. We'll see. That's why I'm not rushing into anything. Can I do this at 8 or 10 because of Love Island? Hell no. This stream will never change for Love Island. There should be one priority. The stream. Come on. Take risks. What have I got to lose? Everything. My sanity. Can't keep 3 Leicester players. Get rid of Soyuncu or Maddison. Depends who you're going to bring in, to be honest. Oh, Jesus, right. Too much spam now. Just so you know, like, very unlikely to answer your question more if you spam it. Although I did just do it just then. Interrupted the snooker. I saw, was it FPL Dave? _ Dave? Something about a whoopee cushion. Spoiling the masses or something. Firmino. Too late. I'm not getting Firmino now because if I was going to do that, I should have just done Rashford to Firmino. I think my play is Robertson for Rico, bench Lundstram this week, have the money to play around with later on, or Salah in for Maddison and get a second Sheffield United defender after this week and just play Lundstram this week and hope for the best. I think that's probably the 2 ways I'll go about it. But we shall see. Bench boost will be over one of the double game weeks, not sure yet. You'll go into that Liverpool double game week, hide them if you don't have Salah or Mane. But honestly though, do you not watch Liverpool games and like whichever one of Mane, Salah, Trent or Robertson you don't have, it's pretty bad watching. Like even when Robertson gets the ball, he crosses so much, gets forward so much. Even not having him is a bit of a worry. Sure, okay, he's probably not going to be as explosive as Salah is. But he also costs a lot less money as well. Salah for KDB. I talked about that a few weeks ago. Not going to do it now. I want all 4. If I could just get Trent, Robertson, Mane and Salah, I'd be happy. Oh, has the music stopped? No. Alright people, I'm going to leave it there I think. We've talked enough about Liverpool. What else is there to talk about at the moment I guess? So stream today. Team selection video will be tomorrow. I'm going to try and figure out who the hell I'm going to get from Liverpool. I might still sit on the fence. We'll see. Then the preview will be on Tuesday. Will it be on Tuesday? It'll probably be on Tuesday early in the morning just to get it done for the deadline. Might do a deadline stream. Yeah, I might do a deadline stream. I think I'll be around. When is the deadline? 6:30 on Tuesday. 6 till half 6. Might do a deadline stream. Definitely team selection. Definitely game week preview on Tuesday, and then we'll figure out whatever for the next week. If you did enjoy the stream, give it a like. Good luck in game week 24. Do not stress too much about this. If you think triple captain's good, get it going. Get it used. Mane or Salah, if you really don't know, flip a coin or go for the penalties, I guess. And then be happy when we reap the rewards. Hopefully, I score more than 3 points with the triple captain. That is my record so far. 3 converted to 9, obviously, with the triple captain. Will I be letting you know what move I make? Yeah, I'll probably put it out on Twitter. I'll do the deadline stream. Job done. But yeah, like the stream if you haven't already. Check out Patreon, link in the description below. Check out OneFootball, link in the description below. And I will basically catch you next time. Cheers all. Good luck in Game Week 24. Let's hope there's some bloody green arrows knocking about. And I'll catch you next time.